Today's news. Nakhchivan resident seeks asylum. Anti-corruption fight should begin from customs, rights defender says. Human rights defender illegally detained for 8 hours. Shopkeeper's shop closed down by government. Owner to renounce Azerbaijani citizenship. Nadir Mehmetov, a resident of Nakhchivan, applied today to President Ilham Aliyev for asylum in Baku on the grounds that his life is in danger. My life is under threat from the Nakhchivan Minister of Interior, Ahmed Ahmadov. He told me that I would regret it if I didn't get out of Nakhchivan, said Mahmadov at today's press conference at the Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety. Mahmadov reported that he had been persecuted by the local police because he supported an opposition parliamentary candidate, Faik Aliyev, from the Karabakh Coalition's Hope Party. Local officials put pressure on him to withdraw his support. After the elections, the local traffic police started pulling him over. He is a private truck driver, and he was forced to stop transporting goods. He began running a private taxi service instead, but the harassment continued. For example, the traffic police stopped him on February 13th for having a dirty car. My brother died 2 days earlier, and I didn't have time to wash my car. On the other hand, the lights and license plate were clean, so they had no reason to find me. I complained to the traffic police, he said. He also reported the case to the IRFS correspondents in Nakhchivan. After this, Mahmadov was summoned by the Ministry of Interior. The minister, Ahmed Ahmedov, insulted him and physically assaulted him. The minister pinched his fingers with pliers and gave him an ultimatum. Either he should get out of Nakhchivan or go and attack human rights activist Elman Abbasov. Then you will be left alone and live in peace. What could I possibly have against Elman? If it were not for him, I could have been killed at the ministry. I left for Baku the next day. I have nowhere to live here, and I fear for my life back in Nakhchivan. Thus I am forced to apply for asylum in Baku, said Mahmadov. He also called for the Nakhchivan Internal Affairs Minister and the traffic police to be disciplined. Mahmadov has applied to the Anti-Torture Committee and the Ombudsman. Today, IRFS Director Amin Husseinov held a press conference to speak about the pressures and illegal affairs he faced in the State Customs Committee at the Baku airport, the defiance to his complaints, and multiple illegal affairs in the customs sphere. On February 1st, upon my flight back to Baku from Dubai, I was illegally held for 3 hours at the customs checkpoint and my things were confiscated. I have appealed to the State Customs Committee head Aydin Aliyev, who has not responded so far. However, I must say that 4 days after the appeal, a person named Isa, who identified himself as the Chief of Customs Committee Internal Investigations Office, phoned and invited me to committee to investigate the complaint. However, in the meeting with him, he began to defend the customs employees. I told him that the employees viewed my things without my consent. I told him that they had very special equipment which allowed them to view the bags very easily. According to Isa, they do it to prevent drug trafficking. Then I recalled that specially trained dogs, which are trained in the Canine Center in Azerbaijan, were present. This time he brought up an interesting argument. Religious followers protest against these dogs in the airport, Husseinov added. According to Husseinov, Isa told him to go to the airport and pay the required fees, and then take his things. Isa had also told him that he had phoned a customs official named Imran and informed him. In the airport, the said person met me and gave me a document which set a fee that was twice as high as I had paid for the things in Dubai. I was told that this price evaluation was implemented by the Justice Ministry Examination Department experts with 13 years of experience in technical equipment. While making this evaluation, they also considered the old cameras that I had taken to Dubai as new cameras, Husseinov said. Husseinov says that he would then propose to evaluate 2 phones, 2 TV stations, 2 video cameras, a lamp, and car music players, the prices set by relevant monopolist companies for Azerbaijan. His proposal was rejected. Besides, I felt that they wanted to libel me. There were 2 civilians in Imran's room. They served a cup of tea to me and insisted on my drinking it, Husseinov said, and added that he will turn to the President, the Prosecutor's Office, and the Anti-Corruption Office now. Human rights defender believes that there is a serious corruption problem in customs. He would not have faced these problems if he had paid a bribe of 300 AZN for the things he brought with himself. Husseinov considers this as a result of corruption, monopoly, and bureaucracy. 1 kilogram of banana costs 4 AZN in Azerbaijan, whereas the figure is 0.48 AZN in the world market. The end. On February 17th, human rights defender Vidadi Iskandarov conducted a press conference at the IRFS Press Center on his illegal detention on February 16th. He said that he was surrounded by plainclothes police officers from the Sabil District Police Office in front of his house at 9 a.m. yesterday. He was taken to the Grave Crime Investigation Department of the General Prosecutor Office. Vidadi Iskandarov said that he had been detained in the police office for 8 hours. He assessed this as illegal detention and pressure. Iskandarov says that he has been questioned with regard to his testimonies taken for the criminal case launched against him, as well as other issues. Iskandarov claims that the general prosecutor has also been involved in the arrangement of the process. In addition, he said that the main reason of his illegal detention was his involvement in a protest meeting of citizens before the president's office. Citizens were protesting against the GEN construction company, which had cheated them. Specifically, GEN received payment from over 300 people for the construction of apartments. However, GEN did not carry out any of the construction of the apartments. 18 members of the company's management were charged with fraud, and some of them remain in prison from last year. However, citizens have not had their apartments built, nor have they received refunds. In addition, the human rights defender gave information about the said company's activities and added that this is evidence for existence of the corruption system in the country. Iskandarov says that the corruption subjects are high-ranking officials and that citizens should jointly launch a fight against them. The human rights defender said that he submitted a written appeal to President Ilham Aliyev regarding the illegal actions of officials, including heads of transport, tax, customs, and several executive heads, as well as the leadership of the Economic University. Iskandarov also spoke about Elvin Askarov, who was beaten to death by the employees of the Nizami District Police Office. He said that he is a legal representative of the victim. According to Vidadi Iskandarov, although the result of the initial examination is ready, it has not been unveiled yet. He said that he will fight to the very end and succeed in bringing criminals to responsibility. On February 17th, Binagadi district resident Farida Mutalimova held a press conference at IRFS Press Center to speak about her rights violations. Farida Mutalimova says that she hasn't been able to get alimony from her former spouse and is now challenged with supporting her 3 disabled sons. Mutalimova's trading shop was taken down by a government body recently. As a result of the instruction of the Baku City executive head, Hajibala Abutalilov, regarding the destruction of small trading kiosks, my only source to earn a living was taken down. I lodged complaints, but I did not have any results, said Farida Mutalimova. She said that since she has not been able to resolve these issues, she will seek asylum abroad and will renounce her Azerbaijani citizenship.
Pis gün belə bir şeylərə, belə oyunlara əl atır.